Ahoy, salty dogs, and welcome to No Man's Sky. Today we're going to be taking a look at the base building in the new creative mode that was added in the Foundation update. So this kind of gives some basic instructions on how to start. Basically, the only thing you really need to know from this is that your base wants the home planet set, that you need each of the 4 terminals, and then claim this as your home planet. So you can see the first thing it wants you to do is build a straight corridor, and like most players, my first instinct was to walk inside and build from the inside. You can place the pieces from the outside as well, which makes the base building a little bit easier, I found. So the next thing it wants us to place is a cylindrical room. You can kind of see these circles with the arrows. Those are attachment points. The hallways only will attach in the cardinal directions, so you can't do like a 45-degree hallway. And the circle rooms will only attach on top of other circle rooms or to the ends of hallways. So we can go ahead and place that object and give us another room. You can add multiple rooms and multiple like buildings if you want to do it that way. So we could place a building down. Let's say we put one here. We'll have to go to room parts and add a door. And the doors, again, just like the hallways, can only be added to the cardinal directions. So the next thing that I wanted to point out were these cuboid rooms. They will snap to each other, and if you snap multiple cuboid rooms, the interior space of all the rooms is just one room. So if we put 6 together like that, and we throw a door on it, when we walk into the room, it's a pretty large room. Now if we go to the cuboid rooms and we stack them, then you'll notice that now our ceiling is twice as high. If you want to do multiple floors of the cuboid rooms, you can switch to the cuboid room flooring and place that down. And that kind of gives us a second floor. The only way that I've found to get from one floor to the other are the ladders, and the ladders will snap in the cuboid rooms, and then you're free to climb up the ladder. It's a little bit weird sometimes trying to use these ladders if you don't have enough space for them, but you can make it work. There are also these infrastructure blocks. These appear to be exterior blocks that you can't place indoors. I guess these are just like decorative kind of things. I haven't really found a good use for them other than decorating. I mean, that pretty much covers it. I'm going to go ahead and build up a base, and then I'll kind of give you a tour, and we'll walk through and see some of the like detailing options that I found and some of the neat things that I was able to create with that. Why would you add a creative mode and then force build limits on the player? That doesn't make any sense at all. Overall, the experience was decent. Like it wasn't a bad experience building this. But I do have a few complaints and a few things that I kind of want to talk about. First, let me start by saying that build limits suck. Why would you put a build limit in a creative mode in a game like this? It doesn't make any sense. Another thing is there's not really very much clutter. There's only a few different pieces that you can place down that are cluttered. These are everywhere. The barrels are everywhere, because that's really all there is, are these barrels and then the green crates. These are some of the wall decorations just placed down on the floor. I used these structural pieces as like batteries or something, but ultimately, yeah, there's not a lot of pieces. This is kind of cool. This is like an outdoor walkway to get between 2 different parts of the station. My next complaint is that lights don't do anything. If we go look at these lights, they're not doing anything. There's no illumination coming from this. The only lights that have any effect are these lamps. So they are orange. Like, their glow is orange, and it tints everything. If you try and light up your space with the lamps, then everything looks this weird orange color, and just doesn't glow very well. There's no jumping, or there's no jetpack available. And that's a problem. Sometimes you need to maneuver yourself to place a thing. And you gotta jump on top of something to place it, in the place you want. And you have to hit escape, go into the menu, and hit escape again to leave the building mode. I didn't find a hotkey, and I tried every single key on the keyboard, so maybe I just missed it somehow, magically. I don't understand if I did, but there's no hotkey to leave build mode, and then there's no way to jump, reposition yourself, and then place down your things. I added a bed for each of my aliens. I don't have aliens. Except for this guy. The scientist has to stand up. I hit the build limit, man. I couldn't do it. I have 2 landing pads on this base. There's one outside, and then there's one out here. Like a personal landing pad where my ship lives. So let's talk about how we feel about this creative mode now. Is the Foundation update gonna save No Man's Sky? It got a pretty bad rap before, and I feel like it was mostly undeserved. Like, a lot of it was that the game was way overhyped, and it just couldn't live up to the hype. No game could live up to the hype that this game had. Is it a fun game? Yeah, it's pretty fun. I put about 20 or 30 hours into it, and I enjoyed those 20 or 30 hours. Is this gonna save it? No. It's fun for a couple of hours, but once you've done it once, you've done it. There's no reason to do it any further than that. I might check out the survival mode. I hear it's hard as nails, and I like to play really hard games, but there it is. I don't think this is enough to save this game.